Aroo! Wild ones! Hello! Welcome, welcome. I missed you terribly. Terribly, terribly, terribly. Who can hear me? Of course, it will help if I open the chat. Yes, it will absolutely help if I do that. So, totally forgot to do that, you guys. Sorry. It's been a minute. So, 2 secs. Let me know that you're here, though. Ping me in the chat. I missed you all again terribly. Honestly, I did. But I'm back, and I am fortunately, my phone, and I am back for good. Yay! And so, just had to take a minute and get some things going and get some things straightened up and y'all, I've been busy. Let me just say that. I've been busy, but never too busy for you. And so, I'm stalling, as you can tell, while I get logged into my dang chat so I can see who's here and what's going on and what all the hullabaloo is all about, right? So, 2 seconds. How is everybody? Oh, and I'm acting like any of y'all know me. Like I said, it's been a minute since I've gone live or done anything in public, but I am Bernadette King, for those of you just joining us, and there have been a couple of really large pagan, Wiccan, witch pages, nature pages, animal pages, that kind of thing, that have been kind enough to let me stream from their pages in front of their audience. Again, my name is Bernadette King. I am an evidential psychic medium, tarot reader of about 1,000 years, animal communicator, the creator and author of the award-winning, history-making Arc Animal Tarot and Oracle deck. My new book is coming out, the Spirit Totem Power Animals, the Encyclopedia, a 702-page anthology compendium opus of all things spirit animal related and everything related to all of that. And there's more great stuff to come, which is what I've been busy with, which is why I just ran out of time and energy. I won't be able to announce these things probably till closer to the end of the year, but I will get them to you, and I appreciate so much you all that have checked in on me, making sure I'm okay, seeing where I'm at, all of that kind of, I really appreciate it, like more than I can possibly tell you. So, as soon as I get the heck into where I'm going, which would be awesome, then I'll be able to get into where the heck I'm going. And it is humid as y'all don't even know here today. I know Janetta is on here. Teapot, you guys give a big round of applause to Teapot, the best moderator in the whole world. We love her. So grateful she was able to come back with us. And just so everybody knows kind of how today is going to go, I am like in super crazy, oh my gosh, how many images have a bus? Really? I am in crazy over-the-top psychic mode today, and how today will work is that I will do readings for those people who ask for them in the chat, who I'm drawn to. That's how Spirit is working with me today. And for those of you who don't know me, I am, hey y'all. Oh wow, holy cow. Oh, wow. Hey everybody. Yikes. So, yeah, good to see you guys. Thank you so much for your kindness and your patience. And so, again, for those of you who don't know me, my hair almost got right. What my process is that I respond to manners, and manners mean don't ask me 50 times for a reading. Don't get ugly. My moderator will boot you. Not to start off on anything negative, but not in the mood. Mama Bear is out in force today. So it's helpful to you if you will ask specific questions. Don't just ask me yes or no questions. I can tell you yes or no, but there's always so much more to the story. So it's not really helpful to you if somebody just answers yes or no, because that could mean so many different things. And I would, that is a good question. Jessica Rodriguez, or Roderick, you know what? It's energy. And what that means is when I tap into the energies on the other side that I communicate with, or my higher self, it tells me who could benefit most from what's coming through today, or who, hey Lisa, hey everybody. So there is no one thing that draws me to somebody. It literally is just an energy that says, hey, they're the one that you're supposed to read for now. And some readings take just a minute. I know that some readers try to get to as many people as possible in the time that they have. I'm not like that, because my agreement with the other side is that I'll deliver the message until the message is delivered. So I hope that you guys would understand that. And so if you guys could help me and Teapot look out for scammers, please know that I will never, ever, ever, and none of my people will ever hit you up and go, we're drawn to you, WhatsApp me or DM me or whatever for a chat, or we don't do that, or book a reading, or we don't do that. So all of that said, hey, from Germany. So yeah, you guys are from all over the world. That's awesome. And so I am going to jump right into the reading since we have an hour and a half together today. But let me just say, again, for those of you that don't know me, I'm Bernadette King. And I've been gone for a couple of months, but I'm back, and I am back for good. And so I just had to get some scheduling things taken care of. I had to wrap my head around a few things that I was being called to do that were, because once you get to know me, you'll know that everything I do is to work toward doing whatever I can do to get rid of cruelty and just anything negative having to do with animals, right? So cruelty and pain and that kind of thing. And I was called to do some additional things within my business that are really going to position me and you all, my wild pack, to be able to do more of that. So we will get oh, somebody else is called Mama Bear. I just saw that flash in the So, all right, cool. So, listen, you guys, I believe me, I know that readings would mean the world to people, and I want to read for everybody, but there's simply not enough time in the day. So, I will get to as many people as possible, and I am going to scroll back up in the chat so I can hit the first people that are coming up. Now, here's the other thing that I will tell you. If you are here, I presume that you want the truth. And what that means is I'm never going to say anything that's going to sell you out or embarrass you, but my agreement with Spirit is that the truth will set you free, and freedom and liberty and no judgments. Let me not even go down that rabbit hole. It's just, I'm all about the freedom. That's why I sign everything Stay Wild. That's why I start every correspondence with Hope Your Spirit is Running Free, because it is only through our freedom that we can have what we want in life and lead the happiest lives. And that means even if we have to free ourselves from ourselves. So all of that being said, again, I will not sell you out, and I will not hopefully say anything that's embarrassing, but I am probably not the person that's going to say, I see you're going to tell me in the chat, I'm having a terrible time and this is going on and that's going on, and please don't tell me that. I'm a reader. My job is to know those things, not for you to tell me those things and then me give you advice, right? So that's where the evidence comes in. I might tell you that you're surrounded by angels, but I'm going to give you specific evidence as to why I'm being told that, or what I'm seeing that will prove to you that you are indeed surrounded by angels, because you are always loved, you are always surrounded by angels, and you are always, always, always surrounded by your animal spirit guides. Okay, that being said, so, and I would love a reading. Please don't do that. Please ask me a specific question. Please ask me a specific question. Ooh, Matilda Starbright. Who doesn't love a name like Matilda Starbright? Career path. All right, Matilda, here's what we're going to do with you. Matilda Starbright. That doesn't even sound like a real person. I would love to have that name. Okay, for those of you that have never seen my deck, there are 149 cards. 78 of them are tarot cards, but they also have animals on them. And then the others are oracle cards. Yep, it's a big deck, but there's a lot of animals in the world that can help you out. And so today I am going to draw some cards, but don't be surprised if I just come out with psychic or maybe even some mediumship stuff today, because I am in like super, super duper psychic zone. Matilda Starbright, career path. Wow. So, you know, the other thing that would be super helpful is how is my pirate cat? My pirate cat is great, Kelly B. Man, I have missed you all so much. God, I don't want to cry, but I don't think I realized how, ooh, look at that. Hey, next time somebody tell Mama Bear she got lipstick on her teeth. Come on, y'all. Oh, another Mama Bear. We should get a whole Mama Bear club going. So all of that said, the truth will set you free. Truth is cool. Absolutely. I don't even know what I was going to say because I'm really focused on Miss Starlight, Starbright, first star she sees tonight. Which, oh, I know what I was going to say. It's super helpful if you all would put in there, this chat is running so fast. Oh my gosh. Man, I need to be able to confirm some of this stuff. But you know what? I'm sorry. Very quickly, Marcy Pryville, that's a yes or no question, but I'm going to answer it because the answer came to me immediately as a this is final. It's not that the diabetes for your cat will go into remission, but I want to smile because I feel like with the meds, when really well done, well prescribed and consistently applied meds, things are going to last a lot longer for Kitty than you might think at this moment. I just feel really good about that. So oh man, I hope that's helpful. Okay, back to you, Matilda Starbright. Okay, so, and so, whoa, Matilda. Holy guacamole. Matilda, girl, whatever this career path is, I'm scared of you. And why that I'm scared of you is wowzers. So you've got the Emperor and the Empress. That, Matilda, hit me up after this and let's go to Vegas, because with that energy, we need to be playing cards in Vegas. You've got a perfectly matched pair. You've got the bald eagle, which is the Emperor, which is just, you know, he's the king of everything, right? And then you've got the Empress, who's the queen of everything, and she is all about the abundance and the richness and the everything fertile. So whatever this is that you are going to, which is so weird because, Matilda, when I step into your energy, honest to goodness, I don't feel anything. Meaning, I just don't think you know at all. You have literally no idea. Literally, you're like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know. I just don't even know. But here's what I can tell you. You actually do know, and here's why. Empresses and emperors don't do anything they don't want to do. They get to call the shots. Now, if they're good emperors and empresses, they certainly want to take the concerns of their community into consideration. They want to do good things for the community. And I do feel like you're very heart-centered, Matilda, like very heart-centered. You're not given away with your emotions. Like every decision you make and every step you take isn't guided only by your emotions. You're really balanced, but you are super heart-centered. You just don't know how to translate that into kind of a career. But how you'll know a career is right for you is if you get to be the head honcho, and let me just say it as it's coming to me. If it is, go for the money. Go for where you can be the boss of the boss that you can be, and go for the money. I know how mercenary, believe me, I know how mercenary that sounds, But it's really not, because if you'll follow that, that's actually where you're going to find your passion and your happiness. Now, I understand that sounds a little bit nebulous, but honestly, Matilda is a fake person. Well, if Matilda is a fake person, I can tell you there's somebody behind that account, and I'm reading that energy, whether they're fake or not. Listen, let me tell you something. You know why that's funny? Because right before I took a break from live readings, I had a scammer hit me up. Well, actually, two scammers hit me up on my Facebook and then one here on the feed. And I ended up doing a reading for that scammer. And it was only because it was so on the money. They finally came clean. And I know all about this person and and I have proof at this point of like their family and how horrible they grew up. And anyway, so, all right. So I don't know that that's true. Hey, Larry. Hey, Larry Larson. Hey, Bev. Anyway, if that really is a fake person, I'm moving on. Anyway, that was the end of that person's reading. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to look for something else. But there's no such thing as a fake person. Even if they're fake here, they're alive somewhere, even if they're a big putz. So, okay. So I just want to say this to a couple of the Mama Bear Club. I just want to say this to a couple of people. I've seen just running really fast on the chat, like, I always have bad luck, or I don't know who's spamming you guys. Hey, Teapot, can you, I'm trying to keep an eye out for spammers while I'm doing this, but I really need to stay focused. Teapot, if you can find some spammers, let me open up my Facebook if I need to get rid of them. If you see them and you can't get rid of them for some reason, just ping me on Facebook, okay, Teapot? And if by spamming y'all mean that they're just asking for readings over and over and over and over and over again, I ignore those people. I just ignore them. So nothing I can do about that. Okay. Sorry, hold on a second. Y'all, when I'm in crazy psychic mode, it's very hard for me to focus on other things. Forgive me. I still get messages from the scammer. It's crazy. Who does that? All right, I've got my messenger opened up if anybody needs to ping me on Messenger about anything like Teapot. Okay, all right, I'm back. Nope. All right, let me move on. I've only gotten one reading done, and I'm going to get gone here. Here we go. Oh, thank you, Frank. My heart's full to be here. Believe me when I tell you. Okay, so like when I see something like I have a black cloud over me, or I have bad luck, or I have this, or I have that, don't give your power away like that. This is a reading. This is not a coaching or a spiritual whatever. But I just see so many of them in the chat. Y'all, just don't do that. There are not forces outside of you that are taking control of you. That don't do that. That does not happen unless you give it up. And don't give it up. You're smarter, you're better, you're stronger, you're more bionic, you're just more. So don't do that. There are other ways that you could go about this that would be helpful to you, but it is we're not going into all of that. So all right. Carolina Martinez, am I ever going to be stable? Well, stable can mean a lot of things. And the first thing I want you to know, Carolina, is when I step in, I am not laughing at you. I promise you, honey. But honest to goodness, when I step into your energy, I want to laugh because I feel like you've got the best sense of humor. You love to laugh. And so my question for you is, why can't you laugh yourself right into being stable? And I'm going to pull an animal, I'm going to pull a tarot card, an animal for you to work with about stability. And I don't know what you mean by that. Girl. Okay. The Queen of Cups, the jellyfish, the luminescent, sparkly diamond of the seas, of the oceans. That's you. That is literally you. Now, you and your emotions, okay. Maybe you want to get a little bit of more balance going on in those things. And I understand that that could sound like, well, she already told me she's not feeling like she's stable, and so I'm telling her to get balance. But imbalance can come from a lot of different things. A lot. But it's the emotions. It's the back and forth and back and forth. But I'm going to be straight up with you about what I'm hearing. Don't shoot the messenger, and that is this. I'm just being told that you don't want to be a queen. You don't want to be a ruler of your own life. Like responsibility and stick-to-itiveness, you don't like it. It's just not for you. And again, there can be, y'all, it is hot. It is humid as you don't even know what in my house. I don't even know why. So that is not a slam on you. It is not. It is not a judgment. Just different things are not for everybody. They're just not. And if people would just, okay, this hair is going to make me absolutely insane, and me picking at it is probably going to make y'all even more insane. So, queens have to make decisions. And if you want to shine your light, because it's in there, and again, with your sense of humor, I just think you should be honest with yourself. And there's always a way for people to get what they want, even if they don't care for responsibility, or they're not people that can make a commitment and stick to things. There's always a way for you to get what you want, always. And that doesn't mean that it has to be to the detriment of anybody else. It's just everybody's got a different process of going about things, right? And so I don't know what you mean by stable. But I think, when I say I think, just so you guys know, for those of you that don't know me, I'm not passing a judgment. I'm not forming an opinion. I'm connecting with the animal, the tarot card, the spirit animal, and that person's energy. Somewhere in the back of your head, you subconsciously think of stable as trapped or drudgery or that kind of thing. And I would really encourage you to rethink what you want and how you're labeling it. I just don't think stable is the right word. And I think if you'll just free yourself from that word, I'm not laughing at you. I just love your sense of humor. Your energy just makes me giggle. Anyway, I hope that's helpful, honey. Okay. Oh, thank you, Matilda Starbright. Fake name for work purposes, but real person. I hope that was helpful. So, and like I said, no matter what name somebody puts up, there's somebody real behind there. But anyway, I hope that was helpful, Matilda. And if it was me, I'd change my name to Matilda Starbright. Oh, it's not, thank you, Sandy. It's not overwhelming. It's not really. I've been around a long time. I'm a pretty tough cookie. And, okay. And so, no, people don't irk me because I don't allow them to have that power over me. Jessica Fernandez Fulman, you would like to know why your brother passed away, and I'm going to answer that question without going into mediumship, and I will tell you why. This is what's today? Wednesday? Tuesday? I've even forgot what day it is. I'm so far in the zone. But all of last week, if I had 15 people ask me why so-and-so passed away, why it had to happen to them, why it was so... it is a subject. There are a lot of people passing over right now, a lot, really unexpectedly, really, really unexpectedly. And I don't have a one. I'm an evidential person, and I can't prove to you what I'm about to say, but I can tell you that I've read over 65,000 people in 30 years, and I see patterns. Um, and I just have to tell you that I really believe that we have soul contracts. We exit and enter this world when we have chosen to, not a minute before, not a minute later, and we do that in accordance with. We will do that in accordance with whatever our soul group is, whatever we've made a plan with them about. So people don't leave us arbitrarily. They don't leave us out of spite. They don't, it's not like that I know of. If I'm shown different by Gypsy Nana, hey Murph. Thank you all for coming back. I really appreciate that because y'all have been gone a minute. I know, with no word. I know. Um, and so that's why. Now, just recently, I happened to have a personal friend who crossed over very early. We weren't close, but I know the family. And there's a very specific, this young lady did come to me, and there's such a specific reason that she crossed over early, that as much as it pains her family to have lost her so early, the work that she's doing on the other side is so needed right now. Oh my goodness, so needed. So, all right, moving on. Okay. La 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 la. Okay. So, you guys that are asking me about things that lean more towards the hey Keith, I you people that are asking me things that lean more toward what I would consider health related things, mental health, physical health, I very rarely do those kinds of readings. It's too personal, it's too potentially litigious, and I want to help you, but chances are my pulling a card for you is not going to be your answer. It's not going to be your answer. It'll be a band-aid, but it's not an answer. And what I will tell you is this. If I could... Whoa. This is really interesting. If I could take a poll right now of everybody in this chat, everybody that's watching, wow, my heart is so much... My chest is so full. I feel like there are more of you that are on a healing path, like are actively seeking to heal yourselves or other than maybe ever on any other chat ever before. There is some kind of humongous healing energy that's going on with you all. And so, wowzers, wowzers, wowzers. Okay. Alrighty. Hey, Amy. I don't see your name, but everybody's saying hey. So, hey, Amy, Mary Margaret. Hey, Christina. Hey, y'all. Oh, a lot of the old crew is here. Thank you so much. Okay. All right. Let me get back to answering questions. Y'all, please don't ask yes or no questions. They're not helpful for me to just say yes. What does that even mean? Yes, what? Yes, what? Okay, Alice, I see you asking your question many, many times. I sincerely hope you are not terminally ill. I really hope that is not the case. Tess, I see you asking your question about children in your first. Okay. Alice, I respectfully am going to ask you to stop asking that question over and over and over again. And again, I sincerely hope you are not terminally ill. Hey, Darren. Okay, I'm looking for questions. Okay, here we go. You guys, when you just asked me to just please read you, what does that mean? You want me to tell you about your personality? Do you want me to tell you what choices you're going to make in the future? Do you, like, what do you want me to focus in on for you? And some people will tell you, well, spirit should tell her whatever it is that person's supposed to know. Nope. Not, that is not, that can happen. And that is how I started out my career. But it is not helpful, because people will show up to readings and spirit's going to tell you what spirit knows you should know, because spirit's the wiser, right? Your higher self is the wiser. But if you came in to want to know something specific and that's not addressed because you think you need to know this, but spirit's like, ultimately they need to know this, that's just going to go badly. So, yeah. Melissa Duke, you know, come on now, anything for you. Melissa, you know better than that. Okay. Okay, here we go. Thank you. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Amber, oh gosh. It was a person, Amber Silverton, Amber something. Amber, you wanted to know. Okay, Alice, I am so sorry, but okay. Um, Amber, you wanted to know, I was, man, your name lit up and your question lit up, but this is really like a, I don't recall exactly what the question is, so I'm paraphrasing, but I don't do spell work. Danielle, you're going to have to go to one of the witch pages. I don't do spell work. It's not my thing. Not that I don't believe in it. I just don't do it. So not what you're asking for anyway. So all of that said, you asked if you should go for the career or you should go for a life goal. And all I don't know. I don't want to know if I didn't take the time. Let me see, while I'm telling you about this, let me see if I can find this card in 149 cards. But all of a sudden, I saw my blue-footed booby, which is, the blue-footed booby is a 2 card, and it's standing there with its head cocked to the side with this really quizzical look on its face. And that's what I saw, because they're not separate. They shouldn't be separate. Now, they can be 2 different things, but they don't have to be separate in the way that you approach them or with your emotion. And I'm confused as, sorry, I've got my head down because I'm looking for this card. I'm confused as to why you have it in your mind that it has to be one or the other, because it does not. And it actually will not, because what I'm being told, Amber, I didn't catch your last name, I'm so sorry. But what I'm being told is that you're really smart and you're a really good strategist. Really, really good strategist. So if you just see this differently, just shift your perspective or open your perspective on this, then not only will you have them both, but you'll have all 3. And it's almost like, well, you'll have your life goal, but then you'll have your, but you'll have your life goal, but then you'll also have your career, but then they'll blend in some way. It's, yeah, I think that is going to happen, but I want to, hold on, I just really want to show you this card, because the look on this blue-footed booby's face. So it's the 2 of Swords, right? So if you take a look at that face like, what are you thinking? And in the traditional tarot, in the Rider-Waite tarot, you know, the 2 of Swords is that old gal sitting there with her swords crossed and the blindfold on, but she's not really blindfolded. She's blindfolded her dang self, but she could shake her head and that blindfold would fall off. But I always call the 2 of Swords cards, the 2 of Swords card, the X marks the spot, because when she's got her hands and the swords crossed, it makes an X, right? So in the X marks the spot, what that means is, like, this is going to sound like a duh, really, but it really is, just stop looking at, I'm not saying don't look at the bigger picture. I'm just saying that when it's there, it's there. X really does mark the spot. It's like buried treasure, right? So And when you think about it, you get to that intersection, and it really can be the blending of a couple of different things. So I hope that's helpful, Amber. There you have it. And so I'm going to move on, as all my cards have completely fallen apart, or fallen in the Hey Murph, Mary Murph. I don't know what that means, damn Mama Bear. You were spot on. I don't think I've read for you yet, but I'm happy if it would help you. Adriana, hey honey, what animal can you work with to build your confidence? That's a really good question. This is really interesting, because, oh my God, Frank. Okay. The animal that you can work with to build your confidence is not, it is so far away from the animal you think it is that it's, I don't even know that you're going to believe this. But what I am, Autumn Frazier, is your ex manipulating you? Only if you let them. If you're asking me if they're a duplicitous person, yes. That's a different story than are they manipulating you. Okay, back to the animal with the confidence. What I'm being told by the animal allies, oh my God, I just want to hug you. And your name has just flown right out of my head because I'm so deep into your energy. Your name doesn't matter. You just are your essence. Super esoteric, you guys, I know, but that's where I'm at. I want to hug you because I know you're going through a really hard time. And I feel like you cry a lot lately because my eyes are starting to well up, and I want to cry with you, not for you, but with you. And you really are convinced you're just not smart enough. That's absolutely where the lack of your confidence comes in. You just don't think you're smart enough. And that's not true at all. At all. Everybody has their own kind of intelligence, even me. So, shocking as it may be. So, there are two animals that are coming forward for you, and one is really, it's a chimpanzee, and they are so smart, obviously so smart, but you're actually being called on to do some of your own research about the world's smartest animals, because there are animals that you'd be flabbergasted to know that they are proven that they make tools and use tools in their lives to make their lives easier. They can reason, they're self-aware. I just saw an article the other day, like anybody needed to be told this, like every animal is self-aware. Make no mistake. They may not be self-aware the way we are, or we think we are, or we think they are or not, but they're self-aware. And it was just proven ravens are self-aware. Durr. Okay, so all that being said, chimpanzee is going to be a great one because of their intelligence. And I feel like your lack of confidence in the intelligence arena was actually not just something you were born with. I feel like you may not have had the most warm, loving, encouraging support when you were younger. It is sometimes, well, it's oftentimes to parents, especially older generation parents, that, if they say, "What are you, dumb?" or "What are you, stupid?" or whatever, that can leave marks for a very long time. I mean, a parent can call somebody, lazy, and it can be a joke because maybe they're lazy on that day. But if that's what that parent really feels, or the person that's significant, like a significant influence in that person's life, says, hey, you're lazy or whatever, that's like a condemnation. That's a judgment. That's a final, I think less of you because I perceive you as lazy. That can leave a mark for a long time. And, you're smart as the next person. All right. I hope that's helpful. Okay. Aw, thank you, Debbie. That is very nice. How kind. Okay. For those of you that are asking for mediumship, I have set my spidey senses open for mediumship. There are so many of you asking that holy y'all, I was shuffling the cards back to sweet bejeebus, I can't remember your name, and this one fell out. Okay, dang, I wish I had a camera pointed on me when I'm shuffling. Dang it, I gotta get a second camera. You with the confidence thing right there, there's your chimpanzee. 2 of Pentacles came out for you even after the message was delivered. You can't make that shiitake mushrooms up. Okay. All right. Rosanna, I don't know who you're talking to about somebody's getting overwhelmed. It's not me. You may not know me, but this is what I'm like when I get into super psychic space. I get very focused on energies, and it's tough for me to focus on anything else. So, okay. Ma BB, are you here? Hey, Ma BB. Hey, Carolyn Foster. Hey, y'all. Gary Lean, you want to know about contacting your granny? Yep, just say hey. Psychically say hey. She'll answer. Okay. Phoenix Stokes. Things went really bad recently. I'm at a crossroad in my life. I have major personal changes to make, heal, and grow. Is there any guidance I need to know for my path going forward? That's a great question. Well, first of all, your name is Phoenix. So whether that's a fake name, like a screen name, or that really is your name, or whatever it is, at the end of the day, you have, you've chosen that name. And that says a lot. Did I just see that somebody donated? Wow. Looks like somebody donated. Oh, it did. Oh, holy cow, Adriana, thank you so very much. Thank you so very much. Oh, and for those of you that don't know me, 50% of everything that I never, when I do specific fundraisers for animals, like at the end of the year last year when the tornadoes came through, All the Wild Pack helped me raise $3,000 in a week to give to an animal charity that was right in the middle of the worst tornadoes. And they had become like ground central to help everybody in that area. And they were doing so much animal rescue. And next week, I'm going to start my campaign for all the Ukraine animals, because that's been part of what's kept me from coming back as quickly as I would have kept, is some of the stuff that I do in the background. Sorry. I'm really not sorry. That will always come first to me, is saving animals, right? Ending the cruelty, ending the pain, ending whatever. Okay, and so all of that said, I want to go back to the career path for Phoenix and what is a great guide. Phoenix, I have to tell you, I really, really see you as an entrepreneur. Like, your entrepreneur energy is no joke. Just like, if you don't currently own your own business, figure it out and own your own business. It's there's an elegance about your energy. So I don't know if you're like an artist or you're into fashion or you're something very visual about who you are and what you do, and that kind of things that talk to you, the things that interest you. But it's all about the elegance. It's all about elevation. It's all about upscale, whatever it is. So even like, let's say you've got a food truck. I don't think it would be a food truck, but let's just say. So let's say you're going to serve tacos. You don't just do just tacos. You've got like two different kinds of avocado cremas, and you've got this and you've got that, and you've got just really elevated stuff. But I've got to tell you that that's your path right there. Like, stop even questioning anything and look towards any kind of entrepreneurship that really calls to you. You're going to do great at it. And I love it because it's a boutique kind of business where you can make really, really excellent money, but because you charge so much for whatever this is you do, you'll have to work hard in terms of just being really good at what you do, but not like the long, crazy hours. So I hope that's helpful, Phoenix. Okay. Oh my God, Samantha Stevens. Really? Y'all, whoever this Samantha Stevens is, like it's bewitched up in here, idiot. Tyrion, that's way too philosophical. That's way too philosophical for today. And my unique experience that I am to share with the oneness. Wowzers. Lighten up, Tyrion. Honestly, lighten up. That said, I don't remember if we talked about this before. Tyrion, have we talked about you writing a book, doing, I don't know. I just see all kinds of writing, so I don't know. I don't think it's about journaling so much as actual writing, because your unique experiences really are helpful. And so, yeah, I hope that's it. Start writing. Dude, let me know in the chat if you're thinking about writing a book, or you are writing a book, or you're, I don't even know. But all I can see are pages and pages and pages and pages, and you sitting there going, yeah. So, okay, I hope that's helpful. April Andre, what animal can I work with to get past grief and a feeling of loss of control? Well, okay. Those are two different things, but not really, because when people experience grief, they really do feel a loss of control. So I'm going to focus on the animal that you can work with for grief, because that's where you're going to find your balance back, when you, so that you can feel more like you're not just spinning around in a blender, right? Okay, so April Andre. Aw, April. Dolphin, the Knight of Cups. Oh, wow. Okay, so here's the story, baby doll. When I talk to Dolphin on your behalf, I feel like whatever this grief is that you're contending with, you had to play the role of a protector in some way, surrounding the subject or whatever it was that happened of why you have grief. You actually played the protector. And so I I put down that mantle. Your time of being the protector is done for now in this chapter of your life. And so now what it's really about is passion. It's like, you know, so many people that talk to people that work with animal totems and that kind of thing, or they read online, the very first thing people want to say about dolphins is it's about reconnecting with your inner child and the emotions of your childhood and this and that. And yeah, of course that's true, right? But what does that mean? What was your inner child like? Y'all, I'm Southern. I was full of HE double hockey sticks and then some, right? I mean, everything was a joke to me. The only reason to get up in the morning was to laugh and to have a good time and whatever. And I wasn't the most responsible kid in the world. But that, what does your inner child mean? And I know it can mean like, well, um, laugh again and see things through the eyes of a child. But what if you weren't that child that is described in that general definition? Do you want to connect to your inner child like that? Or do you want to connect to somebody else, somebody else's inner child? So, all that said, this is about passion. And something I could easily say about dolphins is they are the most curious, seem to be always in a good mood until something pisses them off and they want to protect something. And dolphins are not critters you want to see angry. It is very surprising what they can be like when they're truly angry. They're as dangerous as sharks. No joke. They do not play. And it's really interesting because when people talk about, well, we're projecting, human emotions on them when they say they're smiling or they're this or they're that, because they wear that smile. They don't always wear that smile. Trust me, as a person who grew up in Florida and spent a lot of time on boats on our waterways, I live on a peninsula, y'all. There are dolphins all over the dang place. And when I was a kid, there were even more dolphins. Believe me when I tell you, they do not always have that smile on their face. It's horrifying, as a matter of fact. And you can't wait to get back in the boat. But that's a story for another time. So, long story short, it's about finding your passion again. And yes, it's about smiling, but it's deeper than that. It's deeper than inner child. It's deeper than seeing things through fresh eye, blah, blah. It's about something that makes you curious and engaged again. And it may take you a little bit to find that. You may have to take a lot of different things. You may have to take a class here or go to this party or do this or do that. But once you latch onto that one thing, I don't care if it sparks you that much. Do it until you don't want to do it anymore. And please read everything you can about the King of Cups and dolphin energy. Please read everything you can about that. All right. I hope that's helpful. Okay. Woo. Okay. Hey, Jim. Hey, Jim Sherritts. How are you, honey? Hey, Cherry. Hey, Kim. Kim, Barbara, Christina. Man, y'all. Thank you so much for coming back and showing up again. Sheila Ashford. What animal? Weirdly, I think it's weird, Sheila. Dolphin. Oh, Adriana, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much. I gotta tell you, it's dolphin. I feel like that, but not the King of Cups, or not the Knight of Cups card, just the dolphin. Like the Knight of Cups card doesn't have anything to do with this. It's straight up dolphin. Don't be surprised if you end up having an encounter with that. Don't be surprised if you end up having a dolphin encounter. It might be in the water, but You might find dolphins showing up in all the strangest places. Okay. Let's see. Angel heart. Imagine that. You showed up and you have a question. I love you. I miss you. Why do I feel like it's Angel Heart? Why do I feel like it's difficult to get messages from my own loved ones and people close to me? You mean messages for them or from them? Like if they've crossed over to get messages from them, or get messages for the people that are incarnate, living, that are. I don't know what you mean, Angel Heart. But I can tell you, just reading for you, for interacting with you for over a year or whatever, because you always feel like it's difficult, meaning you just don't have the confidence yet. It's not difficult. You're just really, 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 really in your own head, honestly. And I don't have an animal for that, for you to get at, because animals just do what comes naturally, unless they are. Listen, you guys, the only reason that animals don't do what comes naturally to them is if there's an outside human influence. That's it. And good, bad, or indifferent. And so when we're not doing the things that feel natural to us, you can guarantee it's because of an outside human influence, which is no bueno. Like, that's the whole point of what I do, is to set people, animals free, is to empower everybody, to get rid of the pain, to get rid of, and I'm not trying to harp on anything negative today, but that is my mission statement. I just started a foundation, the Brave Versus Foundation, that is specifically up so that I can create the charity that will donate as much as I can before I kick off of this mud ball to those kinds of causes. And that's it. But the thing about it is if you look at all of these questions coming through, so many of them are coming from pain. They're coming from a place of suffering. And we're not supposed to suffer. We're not. That's a total human condition, but that's a rabbit hole I'm not going to go down. But the minute we realize that, the minute we realize the fake out that we've been brought up to believe, the indoctrination, and we start to feel free, and we get free, you'll have seen miracles happen. So there you go. Okay. Thank you, Kimberly. You supported equestrians in the Ukraine. Thank you so much. Ashley Sweeney, everybody has a spirit animal, at least one, and they can change through your lifetime. Okay. Yes, Tyrion, you're right. I don't remember who asked the question about getting mentoring. Yes. Oh, and by the way, y'all, let me just say this. I have kept y'all waiting, and I am sorry. I truly apologize. But I've got 40 or 50 of you guys that have been asking me for a year to create a business class. And I am actually right. It will take me about a month, but I'm almost completed it, because I've talked to so many people about what they really need, what they're really wanting. I totally have it now. And it's a year-long mentorship. It includes time with me every month, and it is very specifically for people who want to build their business online. It doesn't matter what business you're in. It doesn't matter what you want to do, but this is my proven recipe, and I will be opening behind my portal so you guys can see my numbers, which are, will I tell you exactly how much money I make? No. But will I show you my traffic? Will I give you a pretty darn good idea of what I do and how I do it and how it's successful and why it's successful? And then we'll figure out for each of you what your path is. And then we will also be doing a tremendous amount of healing work in that class and working with the spirit animal guides, so that at whatever level has been holding you back, that will not be holding you back any longer. Finally, it was shown to me what I was supposed to do. And this class is not for the faint of heart. It is only for people who truly, truly want to build a real business, a viable business. And I mean, you can be in any lane. I'd prefer to work with people that are in something metaphysical, healing, spiritual, woo, that kind of thing, just because I know that market like the back of my hand. And I'm really good at helping people brand, like ridiculously good at it. But anyway, so there you go. So Taco Tuesday. But just so you know, because somebody asked something in the chat about business or whatever. And so, yeah, I just want to let you guys know I haven't forgotten. And what I will also say is, given everything that I've been working on that I just can't say yet, if it should come to pass as I absolutely believe, trust, and have commanded that it will, this will be the first, well, it won't be the first business class I'll do, but it'll be the only one that I do probably ever again. I will never have time to do this again. Never. Never, never, never. So just so you know. Okay. All right. So, all that being said, Heather Lewis. Oh, how to deeper connect with spirit animals and guides. I truly want to know how to move forward with my spiritual path as I feel them. Well, Heather, I have to tell you, people ask me that all the time. That is the greatest question. And the answer is so simple, and it has nothing to do with, meditate for an hour a day, set up an altar, ask them to come to you, like all this stuff, this head trippy stuff that people go through. You just got to believe them. You just got to believe them when they show up. And what that means is you start establishing trust with the other side. You start to show them that you'll trust them, and they'll start to show up for you more. And really, what else is a deep relationship based on other than trust and commitment? And so if you commit to trusting them, really what you're doing is committing to trusting yourself, because you're also an animal and you're a part of the animal kingdom. So when an animal comes to you, it's just that part of you that's coming from yourself, if that's not too esoteric and that makes sense. And then we can also work with just that plain old archetype, but it still is a part of us. There's a part of you that is a tsetse fly. There is a part of you that is a roaring tiger. There is a part of you, there's a big part of me that's a blobfish. So, it's that kind of thing. Hey, Linda Sue, I love you. And so, it's literally just that simple, is start trusting them when they give you the messages that you've been asking for and the signs that you've been asking for. I have a video coming out. I believe I'll be able to get it out this week. It's about a story that happened when I was in, because at the beginning of the year, I was asked to speak at the Conscious Life Expo in LA, which I did, and then took a little bit of time off and went to Sedona, and wow is all I can say. And, I'm like everybody else. I will look for answers outside of myself when I feel a little unsure, or I'm like, oh, I want some, I need like black and white clarity on that. And y'all, the two most shocking things maybe ever in my history, I've got picture proof of what happened. People could say what they want to say. But I've got the pictures to prove this craziness, and that's it. It was everything, and it changed everything. There you have it. Okay. All right, here we go. So let's pull, aw, hey, Restless, holy cow. Tyrion, only for you will I do this. The Page of Wands, the raccoon. Oh, what are wands? They're a writer's tool, just so you know. There you go. Look it up. Look it up. Raccoon. Trash pandas. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Hey, you guys. Thank you guys, everybody, so much for hanging out in this chat and asking your questions. I just love it. If you Hey, Bernetta, if you only knew how I want to read for every single person that asks. Honestly, I do. It's probably if I'm like just super transparent, I was just really when I had to take a break, I just man, it was keeping I'm gonna cry. It was really keeping me up at night that I couldn't get to every single person that needed a reading. Man, it was bothering me, and I know that I can only get to who I can get to, but I want to get to everybody that is in need. You know, some people come on here and they're freaking out for the moment and they don't, they don't need in the moment, but it was really bothering me, but I've come to a place where I'm not going to let it bother me, and I'm going to get to who Spirit tells me to get to, and I'm just going to have to trust that that's enough. Okay. Kenny Keaton, blessed be, you're a high priestess. Let's see if you're right or wrong. I don't even know what that means, but I can tell you this. I can tell you if you've come to my channel to judge me, I'm the last channel you want to be at, because I don't have anything to prove to you or anybody else. And furthermore, what makes you think you're the big judge of that? So, Kenny Keaton, that's my story and my response to you. You're probably a very nice person, though. I've often wondered how, I have a lot of friends in the pagan Wiccan community, a lot. And we talk all the time about how they come to determine themselves to be high priestesses and whatnot. And I'm always really fascinated by that. Hey, Mary. I'm always really fascinated by what their processes. And some of them have really, really cool processes. And it's almost like getting their PhD or their master's degree or some really like honored certification, some sacred certification. So as much of a hard time as I just gave you there, Kenny, I really would be interested, just because this happens to be a conversation I've been having with a bunch of my pagan Wiccan friends over the last literally 6 weeks about that, as I consider doing certification classes for people with my deck, and in particular working with spirit totem power animals. I'd be interested in why you think yourself to be a high priestess, and really what that means to you. But anyway, okay, Brandy, the chat this is weird. Brandy Kelly, the chat keeps bumping back to your question. How can you work with your repressed anger? So I don't know what you mean by that. How can you work with it? Like, do you want to keep it? Do you want to purge it? Do you want to heal it? Do you want to exercise it? Work with it? I don't know what you mean by working with it. What I can tell you is this. It's like Inigo Montoya in Princess Bride. I do not think a whore means what you think it means. And what that means is this. For whatever reason, you think that you have repressed anger. Might. But how repressed can it possibly be if you know that the anger is there? See what I'm saying? Repressed anger, and I'm talking for you, and let's be clear, I am not a medical professional of any kind, and I am not a counselor of any kind. I would be terrible at it. I say it over and over again. I'm Southern. Here's what we say to heal things. Jerk yourself up by your bootstraps and let's get moving. Put on your big girl panties. That's how we deal with it in the South, which is, that's not helpful a lot of times. And sometimes it's super helpful. And so, that said, if you already know the anger is there, it ain't so repressed. And so really, you got to do with it what you want to do with it. Oh, this is interesting. So, Brandy, man, I hope you're still on here, because I have a really unusual message for you. I've never gotten a message like this for anyone before. Gosh, I hope this is helpful. Be careful. Be very careful when you're working through your anger, healing your anger, purging your anger, whatever label, whatever you do. Don't take yourself so far down to ground zero that you lose passion. Don't take yourself so far removed from that spark that you become a person who just feels like they need to go through life, I'm detached, nothing can get to me, that's not going to be helpful to you at all. There is something about your spirit that just makes me want to stand up and go, yeah, like you're this champion, you're this, you're the rebel, you're the mover, you're the shaker, you're the, you know, you're the person that leads the people to right wrongs. And you don't, Jim Sherritts, thank you so much. I am so happy to be back. Y'all will never know how I missed you. You will never know. I don't even have the words for it. But here's the thing. Don't do that. So I don't know what you mean by working with repressed anger. But if it should mean balancing it, healing it, whatever, just don't take yourself down to ground zero. That will not go well for you. You're a passionate person. There's nothing wrong with that. And you're really being called not to lose that passion. And all I can see around you are tigers. I don't know if you're very drawn to tiger energy, but all I can see is tigers, 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 tigers. Oh, thank you, Tatiana. Thank you for subscribing. I haven't asked any. If you like what I do here and you like the free content I put out here, I would really love it if you would subscribe to my channel and hit the like button and all the marketing stuff that I clearly am rusty saying. And thank you very much. Okay. So, alrighty. That would be awesome. Okay. Also, you guys, I have been remiss on my own boards, but I'm back and I have my own forums, wildpackwisdom.com/forums, because I'm tired of the shenanigans on social media. I don't like to be told who I can read, who I can't read, who's important, who's not important. I don't like the censorship on there. And while I don't suffer shenanigans, we're going to be nice to each other on my boards. We don't have those problems. And for those of you that are the Pagan Wiccan Witchy Poo set, you can go to witchcraftandwitches.com/forums, and Tanya Poss of I Have a Spell for That. She runs those forums, and it's a great community. The Cauldron has a forum there. The Celtic Witch has a forum there. She has a forum there. Spell for That has a forum. We're trying to get a little more activity, but it's actually pretty active there. And so if you're tired of the shenanigans of social media, in particular Facebook, go ahead and get to the forums, because my own forums is where I hang out. So there you have it. Okay. Let's see. Okay, plenty of time. Hey, Kelly B. Welcome back. Hey, D Labrie. I'm not sure who you're speaking to about your grandmother is coming in strong. I won't leave you alone. I'm not sure. I don't know who you're talking to, but if it's helpful to somebody, I hope that it's helpful. Raven. Freedom's just another word for nothing left to lose. Well, Janice. Janice Joplin. Angela Jameson, I am very, very sorry for your loss, and I'm going to answer your question because I'm telling you now, over 65,000 readings, the better part of the mediumship readings. I have never, and I have connected with some people who led some pretty tortured lives when they were here. I have never had one spirit say to me, not one, that they weren't okay on the other side. Never, not once. Ever. And believe me, I've asked, because I ask, and I've never. So I'm telling you now, baby doll, she's fine. or he's fine. Your twin is fine. Oof, I know that hurts. Ooh, twins. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Okay. All right. Okay, I'm looking for questions. Restless. Oh, Lord, y'all. Yes, Jim Sherritt's. I've thought about nothing but that retreat. And okay, let me just take 2 minutes. For all of you all that have followed me for a long time, first of all, thank you for showing up again. I am so grateful. And oh, Mujit Kankindi Hunna 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 Hunna, you're gone. Gone. Okay. Um I sorry, I told you guys I'm in super psychic space, and this question, even though it's a yes or no question, it just all I could see, it just showed up in a gold light. So Julie, that's asking about your parents' estate. Holy guacamole! Are you not only going to settle it successfully, but I don't even know how this could happen, but you're actually going to end up with more money than what you think. I don't know what that means, but I'm like, there we go. Christina, the love doctor shaman. I don't know what that means, Christina. Um, but it doesn't sound like it was a good thing that it was right. Okay. Um, Let me give you guys this much of what's going on. Hopefully, by fall, I will be able to make a pretty significant announcement. And all I can tell you is that it has to do with an animal sanctuary. That is all I can tell you, except for this. That once I can make that announcement, everything else will fall in place. The retreats, anything that I've talked about, for those of you that don't know me, I don't talk shiitake mushrooms. I don't I don't talk out my behind. Now it may not get done when I say it's going to get done. That's been the story of my life since I went down with autoimmune in 2019. And I have just had to come to realize in the last few months, I can only do what I can do. So I've stopped making promises about when things are going to get done, and I am taking it easier on myself I'm taking it easy on myself for the first time in my life. Weirdly, that has developed into I'm getting 50 times more done than I ever did before, and things are so much bigger. Believe me, bigger. So yes, Jim, to your question, all I can say is when I can put this retreat together, there's never been another one like it. And the magic is going to be nutso. It's just going to be nutso. Okay, there we go. Okay, so here we go. I do private readings. I do private readings, Mona. I'm booked out for about 6 weeks, but I do private readings. Okay. Brandy Bryant Johnson, any guidance? Am I headed in the right direction with my business and spiritual gifts? Business, yes. Spiritual gifts, no. But not, it's, now see, this is why I don't answer just yes or no questions. What that means is this. Right spiritual gifts, wrong, wrong, wrong understanding of how big it can be. if that makes sense. So like, you're not, ooh, UPS delivery. What did I order? Thanks, dude. What did I order? It's Christmas at Mama Bear's house. Okay. So what that means is you're not moving fast enough and you're not thinking big enough. That's it. Those are the words. You're not thinking big enough. Right? Spiritual gifts, not thinking big enough. And there you have it. That's the easiest thing ever. Okay. Pearl. Yes, I just snorted. Y'all, let me tell you something. I was just at Mystic Jungle Sanctuary this past weekend. And I am on a tear to really be able to communicate with reptiles. And I've been really successful. There's a yellow reticulated python there that I've been very successful talking to, but they got this old tortoise named Harry. And Harry and I laid down in the dirt in this pen, and he and I eyeballed each other, and I fed him broccoli, and he, back into his shell, and, all that kind of thing. And I just sat there for a few minutes, and I held the broccoli, because, if you've never given a tortoise broccoli, it'll take your hand off. So I am here to tell you, I have discovered something about tortoises, and they have an amazing sense of humor. Who knew? Who knew? Now, I will tell you, hey, y'all, there's somebody on here. Actually, I'm hearing there's like 3 or 4 of y'all. Holy cow. Oh, wow, I'm way behind in chat. What else is new? Hey, if tortoises are special to you, please let me know in the chat, because all of a sudden I saw a whole bunch of tortoises, and then I saw the chat, and I saw the tortoises running up the chat window. This message is for y'all that have the thing with parcel tongue. Exactly, Ma. This message is for y'all that have a thing about, yes, Abby, he does know how badly you miss him. I can promise you that. He absolutely does. Turtles, tortoises, there's a big message for y'all. Man, I didn't expect this to happen. Wow, like this. Okay, listen, y'all. Listen to this. When I was in Glastonbury a few years back, there wasn't a thing I could do about it. And it has haunted me ever since. But we stayed at this awesome bed and breakfast with these 2 fellas. And they have a scientifically certified 150-year-old tortoise. And they do all of the things that are right for this tortoise in terms of science, animal science. His habitat, his this, his that. But my friend that was with me will attest. We were there. That tortoise heard our voice and came running across their courtyard and went up to their house and scratched and scratched and scratched and scratched. And I started talking to the tortoise. He wanted to go inside. He felt so alone and so miserable out there by himself. He just wanted to be inside with the cat, with the dog, with everybody. And I told them that. And they argued with me that that's not how they are in the wild. And I said, he's not in the wild. So whatever happiness or interaction or whatever he gets in the wild, he does not have access to that here. And he's miserable. And I have cried and cried and cried about that dang tortoise ever since. And I love them, but I will never go back to that bed and breakfast because I can't. Here's where I'm going with that with you with the turtle tortoise people. Listen up, y'all. There is some big thing about senses of humor that y'all that have the turtle tortoise thing that's going on lately, it's important for you to get your sense of humor back, to start joking with people. But there's also someone or a couple of people in your life that you think are maybe not the nicest people in the world, or not the this or not the that, that they really do have a great sense of humor. And your job at the moment is to work with sense of humor in every area of your life, no matter what. And anything that's on your mind that's negative or wearing down on you or whatever is going to get healed, is going to get fixed, is going to be better because of the laughs. And that's the message. There you have it. Okay. Okay. Skylar, I would love to answer your question because I have worked on murder cases a number of times in the past. I do not do that in the open, and meaning I'm not going to answer a question like that. I'm sure it would be very salacious, and people would love to hear what I'm getting. But I hope that you can understand that doing something like that in public could put me at risk, especially when the messages are on the money. And it will not be helpful to you at all if you are never privy to the true story, which you will never be, because it will always be behind police closed doors. So I'm sorry. I am so sorry. Holy cow! You guys with the turtles and the tortoises. Woof! Financial analysis, please. Kieran Amar, I don't know what you think you're asking, but when someone says to me a financial analysis, they mean analysis. You're probably asking me about your finances. Stop playing. You're not good with money. You'll take a gamble. I keep hearing Bitcoin, Bitcoin, Bitcoin. You've got a little bit of the get rich quick in you. You're going to lose your butt in Bitcoin because of that. I was clear with everybody at the end of last year. I'm a crypto person. I'm all about the crypto. But I'm not fussing at you, Kieran, and I'm not trying to embarrass you or come down on you, but there's something very uncomfortable about your energy as regards finances. And I keep hearing, got a little bit of the get rich quick syndrome, get rich quick. That is not going to work for you. You're going to lose your butt. Yuritsa Chili Vargas. Chi Vargas. You do not need a psychic to answer that question. Now's when I'm going to turn into Mama Bear. You just said it all. Cheating on me still. And he can say anything. He can say he wants to be an astronaut. He could say he wants to be whatever. But actions speak louder than words. And so the answer to your question is not a chance in hell. I want to tell you different, but I know that you already know the answer. And I feel like now here's the psychic part of me. I feel so sick to my stomach for you because there's something looming ahead, and I don't know if this is legal. Like there's a court date ahead, a trial date, a something, but he could be standing to be in some serious trouble. You don't need any part of that. I'm hugging you, Yuritsa. I am, and telling you move on. Evelyn Belcher, snorting only means you're sexy in bed. That's all. I've been told that before because I snort. That is fantastic. Oh, Lord. I'm looking for questions. Hey, Dana. Sickly today, I can't remember. Dana Walsh. Dana Walsh. Are you listening to me? Don't you have diabetes? Dana Walsh. If you're having a hard time staying awake and you're having memory problems, please dial 911. Not kidding. I'm not telling you I'm picking up anything psychic. I am not diagnosing you. I am doing what a responsible person does, which is take a look at the words that you've written and know that in those words, call 911. Get to the doctor, get to a clinic, do something. Don't be sitting over there doing that, please. Especially because I could be wrong, but for some reason I remember you having diabetes. I could be very wrong. Please take care of yourself. Please promise us in the chat you're going to get medical attention, okay? Thank you. Thank you, Cheryl. I love this color. Ooh. Okay. Dana, you did ask a question. Right now, I hope you focus on your health. And then when you can tell me you're okay, just find me on Facebook and I'll pull a card for you, Dana. But right now, you're freaking me out. So get some medical attention and tell me you got medical attention, okay? All right. Ooh, I'm over time. I'm going to take one more question. Okay, good. I don't know what yes I am. Thank you. Diabetes is no joke. Agnes McClue, ooh, Lordy. Agnes McCluelman? Please, I hope I didn't offend you with your name. You lost your mom in February. Oof. Now wondering where my future life path will lead. I am sorry for your loss. Really, I am. But it's interesting when I tap into your energy about where your future life path will lead. The first place it's got to lead to is Agnes. I feel like maybe you took care of your mom for a really long time. Like a long time, and haven't really had your own thing for a long time. I wish if you're still here, Agnes, and you can confirm that in the chat, that would be really helpful. Really, really helpful. Hey, Natalie, I've missed you guys too. You don't even know. Yes, you did. Okay, great. So I'm in the right energy. Okay, so Agnes, here's what the story is. It's been so long since you made any choices for yourself just based on what you want that you just, your whole life you've been the captain, the one who took care of everybody, who carried out the orders, the responsible one, the good girl, that this, that. I don't know if you have ever just made it. I don't know that you have ever made I'm doing this today because I wanna. Okay, Agnes. So, okay, look, Agnes, this is the third time I've drawn the quail card for you. Refuge and nourishment. You've no idea what nourishes you. No idea. You've got such a strong battery. You've got so much to give within you that you haven't even ever given from an empty well, because you replenish that well in different ways, but not with Agnes, with what Agnes wants, with what makes Agnes happy. You're very stimulated by duty and honor. And that's your food, that's your nourishment. But it can't be, hey Amy, but that can't be forever. And that's probably the biggest thing that's going to smack you in the face, is that, well, then there you go, Agnes. Then write your face off, write your behind off, get all the creative writing done you want. But it's you literally have to discover the things that make you happy, just because they make you happy. So there you go. All right. I hope that helps. All right, you all. I am going to desperately try to do a couple times a week of the lives. I am going back to at least the weekly readings starting next week. I would love to be able to do the daily readings. I just haven't figured out how to be able to fit that in my schedule, because you will notice starting next week that I've got a whole bunch of videos coming out that are teaching videos that are helpful to people in real situations. I can read for you guys every day. I could do that. But that's a Band-Aid, right? I mean, it might be meaningful for you in the moment, and I just had a reading in Sedona that changed my whole life. Changed my whole life. It was shocking. Really, for me, it was shocking, right? Okay. But I have been called to do more teaching. I have been called to show you all how to work with the animal spirit guides and even the tarot to apply to real life situations. And that's going to be the most helpful, I believe. So thank you all so much for being here with me today. I will see you soon. I don't know that I'll get another live in this week, but I know for sure I'll get a live in next week. And nice to meet all of the new folks. If you want me, find me on my forums, wildpackwisdom.com/forums. You are welcome to friend me on Facebook, but I do not spend a lot of time on that social media. I'm Bernadette Carter King on Facebook. And so I love you all so much. And you know what? What is it that we say? Do good for animals, including yourself, and stay wild.